Good evening. Good evening. How can I explain when there are few words I can choose? How can I explain when words get broken? you remember there was a time when people on the street were walking hand in hand in hand. They used to talk about the weather, making plans together, days would last forever. Come to me, cover me, hold me, together we break these chains of love. But don't give up, don't give up. Together with me and my babe, we break the chains of love. Do you remember once upon a time when there were open doors, an invitation to the world? We were falling in and out of lovers, looking out for others, our sisters and our brothers. Come to me, cover me, hold me, together we break these chains of love. But don't give up, don't give up, don't. Together with me and my babe, we break the chains of love. Together we break these chains of love. How can I explain when there are few words I can choose? How can I explain when words get broken? We used to talk about the weather, making plans together, days would last forever. Come to me, cover me, hold me, together we break these chains of love. Don't give up, don't give up, don't. Together with me and my babe, we break the chains of love. Together we'll break these chains of love. Don't give up, don't give up. Together with me and my babe, we break the chains of love. Together we break these chains of love. Don't give up, don't give up. Together with me and my babe, we break the chains of love.
Come on. But then how about that chocolate cheesecake that we just saw, with that cheesecake that just oozed all the way down?
And there's always that chocolate craving that hits.
Yes.
And sometimes at the worst opportunity. So to have something like this in the freezer, in the pantry, in the fridge, oh yeah,
it's waiting for you.
Oh.
We also have, this one's really good too. This is the cranberry orange. If you're looking for something that has that brightness to it, that real fruit, a little touch of tart as well.
Muffin looks jacked up. David's Cookies presents muffins. You're not David, and these aren't cookies.
200 if you want.
You sit on a throne of lies.
All cranberry orange by itself. There is a combo though, where you're going to get 4 of each flavor sent directly to.
Oh boy. All right. Well, whatever. I'm on early, so that would explain. You know. Whatevs. I'm on early. So I woke up at about 5:45 a.m., which is about 5:45 p.m. your time, East Coast, United States. By the way, can we just call it states? I don't know about that whole United part. S.A. S.A. Doesn't really have as good of a ring to it, does it, in chant form? States of America! States of America! Holy shit, judging by my thumbnail, you know what I've got to talk about. What in the actual fuck? Hey, are Trump supporters that hate my guts hate watching me right now? How are you guys doing? Shout out to you. Once again, you're winning, right? It's just a daily dose of winning. Hell, several doses a day. In fact, Trump did something else today that was really, really bad. Oh, yeah, he gave Israel like billions of dollars in weaponry so that they can basically annihilate the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, somehow Zelensky's responsible for Russia invading his country. I didn't realize this is how war worked. But, yeah. Finding new ways on a daily basis to be on the wrong side of history, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump and you, if you support this guy, that's what your legacy is. I just want to remind you of that. That's what you'll be known for through the annals of history long after you and I are dead. People won't know you by your name, but they'll just know that there was a segment of the population that lost their fucking minds, that exposed the worst that human beings have to offer, sold themselves out for a con man, and watched society fall to pieces. For what reason? To own the libs, I guess. To make sure that any minority, any group that isn't like, you know, your group, just make sure they get shit on. Whatever it takes. Cut off the nose to spite the face. It's fine. Who needs a nose? Zelensky doesn't want to give up the minerals, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. And you know what? This is actually something that's beyond Trump. So here's the deal. America's been doing what they've been doing for a long time, and it's this catch-22 situation when helping out foreign countries. Or maybe catch-22 isn't the right expression, but it's you know, it's hey, we're not doing this for nothing, you know. It's always that way. Well, we've got the manpower, and that's why we put so much money in defense. Yeah, but it's beyond scratching. It's beyond scratching. It's more like, hey, we'll give you a Band-Aid, and now you be our indentured servant forever. If it was an equal amount of back scratching, it wouldn't be a big deal. But that's how America operates. And that's how America's been able to maintain a, you know, even if you don't like us, you can have a conversation with somebody and be like, yeah, America does bad things, but look at these other things. Look at these humanitarian things. Look at these situations where we're helping. But again, when we're helping, there's always the catch with the help, right? It's never just free help. But now we don't even have the ability to like trick people into thinking that, you know, we're just like this really giving and you know, like maternal sort of a, you know, no. Now, we want to take your shit and not help you. We want to take your shit and not help you. How about that? Yeah, let's stop beating around. I mean, at least Trump is exposing kind of what the reality is when it comes to quote unquote helping other countries in situations like this. Now, it's normally not this bad because America will take advantage when somebody else needs our help, but also to help fight for a cause that is just. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, World War II, for example. But here, there's no justification. There's no justification to say, hey, Zelensky, it's your fault that your country got invaded. There's nothing. We used to have something to point at and go, see, yeah, it might not look, it might be a little shady, but look, overall, nothing's good about this exchange. First of all, completely premeditated. And the reason why I say that, like, as if you didn't know already, but I mean, the reason I want to point that out is that, wow, they really went through, they really planned out a way to try to just throw Zelensky into a dunk tank. And the only people that wound up getting dunked on was everybody else in this room. I've never seen America look as weak as it did during these like 8 minutes in this exchange with Zelensky. Just whiny crybaby. You should be thanking us. I mean, in the same breath going, oh, all that happened when I wasn't here, but I was here for a 4-year window that you're talking about. But that was when all the things were right and then everything else was wrong and I wasn't here. Okay, dude. Okay. Whatever you say, dude. But the pettiness. Like, they had a reporter. Now that the administration has basically turned away the AP and all other news agencies that aren't like kissing Trump's ass. Now that the press pool is basically just sycophants. You had a guy in the press ask Zelensky, well, why don't you wear a suit? Basically trying to imply that he's disgracing the office by not wearing a suit. When you just had Elon fucking Musk walking around in a t-shirt, blazer, baseball cap, and a 4-year-old picking his nose, eating his boogers, and wiping them on the Resolute desk, and telling Trump he should shut up. All that happened, and Trump sat there and took it. He took it. You could see the expression on his face. That was the expression of a man that goes, God damn it, I'm the most powerful man I should be. But right now, I got to just sit here silently because the man with the money that's allowing me to do what I'm doing right now. You guys got to remember, you know who like the major donors were to this asshole's party in 2016? The My Pillow guy. Okay? You think Trump would have like just opened up the fucking Oval Office and just allowed the My Pillow guy to have the floor? No. But now he's leveled up. Now there's lots of money, and now you've won twice, and now there's this belief that it's just whatever when Trump was in office the first time, you could tell that like he was, even though he said a lot of like divisive things, even though he did a lot of fucking stupid shit, he was still trying to behave like what he thinks a president is supposed to behave like. Just the candor, especially when meeting with other dignitaries, all the ceremonial stuff. He wanted to play the part. He was cosplaying as a president. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Okay, I put my hand on this thing and I say what now? It was all just the thrill of the position and the glory and whatever, the prestige. Now he doesn't give a fuck about all that. Now the wheels are completely off. And this is today's meeting with Zelensky. I mean, God, what a bitter, sad, just insufferable human being this man is. And JD Vance, holy shit. Talk about insufferable. You should be thanking us. I'm not sure if you've ever said thank you to us once. I've got my thank you meter here in my hand. And are you fucking serious? First of all, what's to thank? You just got back in office for a month. What have you done? What have you particularly done for a thank you right now? You're apparently there to negotiate a deal to help aid the Ukraine, you would think. Once again, last time I checked, they're not, they're the victims. They were invaded. Hello? Does sovereignty mean anything to you? Of course it does. When you're infringed on, you flip the fuck out of one person who isn't lily white skinned crosses the border. You feel so infringed. But for some reason, you're unable to... You're just unable to figure out why the Ukraine might, have a reason to fight in this war and defend their homeland. Like, what the fuck, dude? Same with Gaza. Like, what? I know that you know what the fucking deal is, but everything goes back to money. You want to have a relationship with Putin because there's money to be made. You want to build your properties in and around Russia and shit. And the same thing with the Middle East. It's just all a play to fucking get control and some power and put up some fucking properties with your stupid name on it. And that's all you fucking care about. Meanwhile, how are the eggs doing? You fucking asshole. Hey, B Ravens. I did. And I did it now nearly 10 years ago. And I got to tell you, everybody thought that I was overreacting when I said, I got to get out of here. This place is going to hell in a handbasket and I don't want to be around to watch it happen. I've only got so many years left on this earth. I got a medical condition. That means my life expectancy is pretty much shit. I'm not going to spend my last years in this. I'm just not doing it. But I can't escape it, though. Why? Because ultimately I have compassion and I have care because I have people that I love that still live there, and a land that I love, a beautiful, beautiful land that, yeah, the history of it all is pretty fucked up, but all you can do is when you're born and you're raised is learn from the past and try to do better and remove yourself from some of the mistakes. Do better, I can't change the past, but I can do better. There ain't nothing better about what's going on in America right now. Nothing. What's good right now? Other than the fact that baseball is almost back. The only good side is that I can at least head to Baltimore to visit Oriole games to get my mind away from this shit show. I know, B Ravens, and that's the one thing I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice the thing I love the most, baseball, when I came over here. There's no baseball over here. If you want a mitt, you'd have to drive thousands of miles to find the nearest mitt. Good evening, Andrea. I'm in the middle of ranting. I haven't even started playing this. We're gonna sit and have a little watch party. I'm gonna sit and make you watch this again because this is incredible. If any of my hate watching Trump supporters have the courage right now to speak up and talk to me about the shit show that went down today and try to defend it. Try to act like it's all part of some grand plan. Try to act like suddenly now the Ukraine are the bad guys. And that, Team Putin is the way to go. Are you fucking for real? Like, how much more Kool-Aid do you have to drink? How are you able to even stand up at this point? I don't know. You are fucking drunk out there, Trump supporters. What are you doing? Like here's the deal. If it's really more about just you hate progressive thinking, you hate liberals, you hate the color blue, whatever the fuck it is. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, keep hating that, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's healthy. It would seem a better idea to maybe, I don't know, have a reason on a case-by-case basis to be upset with a particular person or ideology or whatever, rather than just this. Like, look, I can sit here and say I hate Trump, but I also just said in this monologue that, he at least exposed something about America that has always been the case. Like, I will pepper in some truths that sometimes, give a check mark next to somebody that I personally don't even like. The point is, be honest. Be honest, Trump supporters. This is not what you signed up for. And if it's all about just beating the other side, can you at least fucking nominate somebody else that isn't a direct threat to not only our democracy, but just peace around the world? This guy is a fucking dickbag. He did a meme coin rug pull on Inauguration Day. I mean, if that doesn't tell you where his fucking priorities are, I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't care about you. He just wants you mad at somebody else so that you'll vote for him. That's it. And you keep taking the bait. I'll ask you the same question that's asked of Edward Norton's character in American History X when he's sitting there after having been prison raped. And his mentor and ex-history teacher asks him, has anything that you've done made your life any better? Well, that's the question I have for you. Has anything this guy done actually made your life better? And if the answer for you is yes, then what is better? Your Twitter game? You got more clout on social media now? Is that your definition of better? Take a long, hard look at yourself. What are you here on this planet for? What do you want to be remembered for? What are you doing? And I'll just put a tag on the end of it. Again, nobody's asking you to convert to the Democratic side. Nobody's asking you to be a liberal, okay? A real patriot doesn't just sit there and pledge allegiance to one party no matter what. This unconditional allegiance to a party, that's not patriotism, okay? So it's not about, Republican Party shit show. Why aren't you with Team Left? It's not that. It's why aren't you just thinking for yourself and going, this is fucked up? Left, right, whatever. This is fucked. Why aren't you thinking that way? Thinking for yourself. I know it's scary. I know it's scary to be out there on an island with your opinions rather than clinging on to a giant group mentality and following the herd. It's so much easier. There's so much more feeling of protection there. I get it. But guess what? You're a coward if you can't hack it. You want to be a real American? Then be an individual. You want to be a real American? Then be an individual. Stop falling for this tribalism bullshit. What is it helping? What is it doing? What do you think the end game is? Wake the fuck up. Time's ticking. Everybody out there right now with hate in their hearts, who's spending every day just feverishly looking for confrontation. When you're on your deathbed, when you're having that rosebud moment, when you're reflecting back on your life and times, you're going to have so much fucking regret. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the amount of regret. It's got to weigh so heavy when that moment comes. And you don't want to have a moment like that when you're on death's door. You don't want to have it. But it's too late. I mean, if you're looking for a redemption arc here, you got a long way to go. You got a long fucking way to go. Because again, I've been around, all right? I've seen politics. I've seen fucking donkeys fighting elephants for decades. I know the drill. I know the normal like practices. This is beyond, okay? And this is not healthy. This is not sustainable. And just be fucking honest, Trump supporters. This is not what you ultimately want. You're trying to feed an addiction or something that you're chasing a dragon that you can't catch. Because once Trump is done, and he will be done, you know, you're going to try to find that next thing to just keep that buzz going. The quicker you cut ties with this shit, the quicker we can maybe restore something resembling a functioning society again. Maybe. And again, folks, let me just pepper this in because it's important that you cover all sides of this. This isn't just shitting on Trump. Look, everything's a result of other events that have happened that have led up to this moment, you know? And that includes all of American government. That includes both parties. That includes a lot of giving in to corporations and selling out the American people. That is true on both sides. You know? The way I looked at it for the longest time was, you know, I understand and I accept the fact that there is a certain amount of corruption in our government. It's just there and it's never going to really fully go away. But I take a look around the world and I look at some of the corrupt governments that are out there and I say to myself, you know, it could be a whole hell of a lot worse. We need to try to make it better. We need to try to have a Bernie Sanders type of platform out there where we can maybe take the money out of, you know, the CPAC money, you know, for a start. But what would a caveman do? We need a third or even fifth party. I know. More parties, please. More options. It's the worst. Who wants to go to a restaurant with 2 menu items? America loves buffets. America loves choices. We sit here and we watch QVC all the time, laughing our asses off because they're selling a can opener that comes in 28 different colors. We love choice. Why can't that be the case with politics? So again, yeah, that goes back to the institution of it all. You know, that goes back to the establishment of it all. And that's what's upsetting about government in general. Not just Trump, not just the Republicans, okay? So again, that's the only way I can feel like I can try to communicate with you Trump supporters out there. Look, I'm willing. Are you willing to say something negative about Trump? I'm willing to say something negative about something you already don't like. You know, I'm willing to agree with you at least on something. But why are you completely unable to just say, whoa, wait a sec? And isn't that your job? Like, you should enjoy the fact that whoever you want to win in an election wins the election. You should enjoy that. But then once they're in, you, as much as anybody else, should be keeping tabs on what your elected official is doing. And if they're doing something wrong, nefarious, whatever, you check them on it. That's healthy. But you Trump people, it's just like, well, we got him in, and now just let him loose. Let him loose. We'll provide cover, Trump. We'll run to every Twitter account and just raid it with pro-Trump messaging. Yeah, we'll own the libs. I don't fucking get it. Let's tune in.
What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say
the art of the deal.
Really terrible things about Putin and then say, hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal? That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody.
Sycophant
I'm aligned
laugh.
with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate.
Yeah, Donald, that level of hatred. You know, I should bring up every tweet you've ever have put out there that talks about Rosie O'Donnell. Your level of hatred for Rosie O'Donnell runs deeper than Zelensky's hatred of Putin. That's how fucking petty you are, dude. Like, what are you even talking about? Everything gets you triggered. You're mad at Taylor Swift because she says I'm voting Democrat. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can...
Again, and he says he understands that. That might be the one true thing he says in this whole thing. He understands what it's like to really hate something or someone.
The other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So
that's how you equate. So it's just two sides that are equal, because there's some people that hate Putin and there's some people that hate Zelensky, which means that this war, it's, there's no right or wrong. It's just two people that some people like and some people don't, right? Just a false equivalency on a historic level with the fucking president of Ukraine sitting right next to it. It's just unbelievable.
it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set.
Right.
I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can...
How are you aligned with Europe? You've dropped out of the Paris Climate Accord. NATO, you're trying to get out of the UN. You're not aligned. You're turning your back on all of our allies and aligning yourself with all of our enemies, you dumb shit. What the fuck are you talking about? You divide chat when you talk about politics. We don't speak as much when you talk politically. Well, dims the brakes. Dims the brakes. I didn't know that there, again, if you're here and you like Trump, I don't know why you're here. I'm trying to reach out to you, but it's I get it. For the average Trump supporter, they just want to stay in the bubble where they just keep hearing reinforcing things about Trump and all the Hunter Biden's laptop, which, by the way, somehow gets brought up in this conversation. I don't know how, but he finds a way.
Get this thing done.
There's a point where he just goes like, Hunter Biden in the bathroom, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Russia, like just incoherent word salad, just all the buzzwords that trigger his base. He just blurted it out. It didn't even make sense.
You want me to be tough? I can be tougher than any human being.
I can be tougher than any human being. Nobody who is as tough as anybody has ever had to say that they can be as tough as any human. Again, it's so weak to say something. It's so weak. It's so weak, dude. So they brought Zelensky in here with the press
This was all planned. We're going to bully him in front of the press. But then when Zelensky attempts to bring some honesty to the situation, that's when J.D. Vance, like, puts a wall up and it's like, you know, are you going to, like, thank us or whatever? And we're not here to, you know, this isn't the appropriate place for you to discuss, you know, like you're making this a public thing. No, you're making this a public thing. This was all a stunt. Jesus Christ.
You've ever seen. I'd be so tough, but you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy.
So right there, J.D. Vance is saying, because he's using the fact that it happened when Biden was in office, it's okay to then say that Russia invaded the Ukraine. J.D. Vance just said it. Well, then why is Trump saying it's Zelensky's fault that this war is even happening? Like, what? Like, can you please get your own story straight?
Tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask?
Look at him sit back like he's proud of himself.
Sure.
Sure. I don't know. Sometimes when I let him speak, I'm not sure.
Sure. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts.
So here's where Zelensky just breaks down the facts. And Trump even interrupts him at one point because Zelensky talks about how it started in 2014. And then Trump's like, no, 2015. And Zelensky's like, no, 2014. And Vance, of course, has to figure out a way to make it so that Trump isn't completely wrong. So he's like, 2014, 2015. You know, potato, potato. And then Trump's like, well, I wasn't even here. I'm like, all right, well, then maybe that's why he's explaining to you the timeline, you dumb shit. Instead of sitting there, like, that's his reaction. Wait a minute, that's something you can't blame me for. He's not even listening to Zelensky. He's just waiting to fucking, like, just dismiss something.
Parts of Ukraine, parts of East, and...
Yeah, and whoever thinks, DDH, whoever thinks that this is what masculinity is, everybody who's just, like, drunk on Joe Rogan cum and Andrew Tate jizz, I don't get it. What's weird is I've grown up with a lot of feminine characteristics, but I'm also a very masculine person at the same time. Like, and I'm okay with that. And like, I'm comfortable with my, you know, my sexuality, my just sort of my gender role or whatever. Like, that's what masculinity is. That it's just confident in your own version of your best self, if that makes any sense. Yeah, they really get. It's we haven't even gotten to the part that's hard to listen to yet.
Crimea. So he occupied...
Crimea. Well, Crimea River. Crimea River.
On 2014. So during...
There's a larger, darker plan in motion, bigger than Trump or any of the political things bothering me. Dead Space, are you implying that my brain's not able to wrap around the concept that there's more going on than just what happened in the Oval Office today? I'm feeling a little bit, okay. Because if you got some inside information, please share. No, I said Joe Rogan cum. I said Andrew Tate jizz. There's a difference.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Right. Hey, there's a head growing out of JB Vance's head.
A lot of years, I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President...
See, again, this is Zelensky trying to be diplomatic. It's like, look, what's been going on here? This isn't just Biden. And I'm not saying it's just you either. I mean, Obama was in office, then you, then Biden, and now it's you again. Like, this isn't just one administration's mess or whatever. And they can't deal with that. They can't deal
Trump,
with it.
then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took.
Ban bun.
He killed people. You know what the contact line?
Is it supposed to be man bun? I don't know if it's a play on words with ban bun because who knows? Hey, they didn't light the fire for this. I guess there was enough already in the room.
2014 and 2014. Yeah. So he
2014. We missed the correction here.
stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
I was not here. Let me interrupt you. It's a different year, but I wasn't here. So why am I interrupting and correcting you even though you're living it and I wasn't here? But I'll still figure out a way to deflect and not look stupid, I think. JB, could you say 2014, 2015? That way my year is included with his year and we're both right?
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. That people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president.
By the way, so far, what is Zelensky doing that could be defined as attacking the president of the United States in the Oval Office? Because that's exactly the way JB Vance is quoted as describing what Zelensky's doing. You come in here and you attack us. Let me know when the attack is happening, because I'm still waiting for it. I mean, I'm hearing a person who clearly has a lot of reasons to be extremely pissed off and emotional even, and a lot of shit hanging on his shoulders. And he's still showing an infinite amount more composure than these two scumbags over here.
In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that,
Trump doesn't want to hear any of this.
he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What?
I love it. So there you go, JD. You bring up being diplomatic. Well, here's what's happened. How's that diplomacy? Point Zelensky.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
You set this up. You set this up, you fucking asshole. You know, why don't we stage a giant press pool to get us, like, just berating Zelensky? And the second he shows any amount of retaliation. We'll nail them for disrespecting. Unbelievable. They created this out of thin fucking air. And then they're talking about how he's trying to litigate in front of the press. Motherfucker, you staged this moment. Fuck you.
Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it in.
You should be thanking... For what? What has he done in 4 weeks? What are you thanking him for? You're here to negotiate. There hasn't been a deal yet. What are you thanking him for? You're basically saying you should be in here kissing the ring of the dictator of the United States. Because he's got the money, he's got the weapons, and if you don't kiss the ring, then fuck off. America.
To this
Have
conflict.
you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I have actually.
I have been to. God, I love it. I love hearing Republicans bullshit their way. Have you actually been to war-torn Ukraine? Well, I have. Let me tell you my credentials.
Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and the way I gesticulate with my hands drives that point home to where it doesn't matter that it's utterly meaningless. As long as I say it in a way that's firm and direct, and I punctuate my words, if I stick the landing, it doesn't really matter what the content is of my words.
What happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that?
Again, who's disrespecting who? Who is disrespecting who? He just called out the president of the Ukraine for going on a propaganda tour. He's also going to mention how he, was there on the campaign for Harris. And that's what all this is about. That's what all of this is about as well, is that Zelensky obviously would rather have Harris or anybody not named Trump in charge. And they're bitter about that.
You've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is...
Thank you. That's right when Trump turns his head. And look at Zelensky. Look at that head tilt. Attack the administration? Attack? Again, this isn't you being a strong bully. This is you showing weakness. Why would you say that you're acting like you're a victim? You just said you're a victim because you've been attacked by the guy sitting there with his arms folded, completely confused by this entire charade. Attacked, bro? But again, you just want to plant that word in the mind of Trump supporters. Yeah, Zelensky attacked our men. And then, well, then I guess he's not. Didn't Trump just say 2 minutes ago that he can be the strongest man in the world? If you're the strongest man in the world, you're the president of the United States, you're sitting in your own fucking office, and yet your fucking right-hand man is claiming that you've been attacked. That's what I'm saying. They think by using terminology like that it helps this case of like, but no, it just makes you look weak as shit, man. Like, this goes beyond like me not enjoying your policies or the way you do business. Just our image right now across the world, we look weak as shit. So weak. Like, embarrassing. It's like a fucking Logan Paul fight. It's awful.
Trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during
Sure.
the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God
This is where Trump goes off. Of all the things that gets Trump the most upset, it's Zelensky, without even saying it directly, but implying that, you know, that there's climate change. You don't know that. You don't know. Don't come in here and tell us what we're going to feel, Buster. We're holding the cards. It gets so petty from here. It is so embarrassing. It is so cringe.
bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering all
position
these
to
questions.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're
doing.
You're in no position to dictate.
Dude, fucking 4 months ago, you were facing like 92 felony counts. And if the world's richest fucking idiot didn't buy an election for you, who would have been holding the cards then? We're holding the cards. We're playing Uno, and I've got 3 draw 2s, a couple of skips. All you've got are number cards.
What we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a...
I mean, this, if I swear, if you just had audio this, you would think, oh, what episode of The Apprentice is this? Is this from season 3 or 4? I remember this. I remember this exchange on The Apprentice.
Feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the
bad
very
position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You
was
don't have...
Again, Trump's just sitting there like, I'm not listening or responding to the words you say. I just pick a thought and I run with it and beat it into the ground.
the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you-
Dude is the president of a country that was invaded and is simply trying to make Russia go away and return to, the sovereign nation of Ukraine. Like, how is defending his country starting? He's the reason World War III's on the cusp. Donald, not you. Not you? Okay. He's the threat. Okay. I'm glad I've gotten this cleared up tonight.
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country.
Oh, talk to me more about respect, please. Talk to me more about respect, please.
This country
I'm
that's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you
you.
far more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot.
entire
Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah. Have you said thank you once? Fuck me, man. What are we at? A fucking... is this like snack time at a fucking kindergarten class? I gave you 2 extra cookies. Have you thanked me even once?
meeting? No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today-
have you said thank
even
you?
today.
In this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October.
Ah, on. Yeah, there we go. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Ergo, we hope Russia swallows you up. Unfucking believable.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the
Offer some words of appreciation. Let's see. Zelensky, thanks, USA. Just want to see if I can find any examples. Let's see. 33 times Zelensky thanked Americans and U.S. leaders. January 1st, 2022. Thank you at POTUS for the unprecedented diplomatic and military assistance for Ukraine. July 1st. I commend U.S. historic decision to provide UA with new security assistance package, including modern air defense systems. Thank you at POTUS for your continued leadership and support of UA in its fight against the aggressor. Together Towards Victory, August 19th. I highly appreciate another American military aid package in the amount of $775 million. Thank you at POTUS for this decision. We have taken another important step to defeat the aggressor. December 21st, 2022. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Of course, thanks bipartisan support. Thanks, Congress. And thanks from our just ordinary people to your ordinary people, Americans. I really appreciate. Shall I go on? December 21st, same day. Now, in this special Christmas time, I want to thank you, all of you. I thank every American family which cherishes the warmth of its home and wishes the same warmth to other people. September 2023. Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm grateful. Thank you. We thank you. Grateful. Thanks, 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 thanks. You think Trump isn't involved? Here you go. December 24. I had a good and productive trilateral meeting with President Trump. I spoke with POTUS and expressed my condolences over the devastating wildfires in California. I also thanked him for the unwavering support of Ukraine's independence and for the vital role of the United States has played in uniting the international community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, what was that, JD? What petty fucking point do you want to hang everything on? And what did you expect him to? You see, he's an actual leader. He's not going to go, oh, sorry. Thanks. Fuck you, dude. You're so in over your head. Like, your attitude might work to get you ahead, like, in some, like, smaller, dumber area. But this is, you haven't missed much. Go back and re-listen to the whole damn thing. I mean, this is gold. It's gold, Jerry.
In October, offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
How? How is saving the country just acquiescing everything to Russia? Because that's what the idea is.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not.
God. Weak, pathetic, tiny genitalia. Tiny. Honey, where are the tweezers? How small can your dick be? Is it like an innie? Is it like my belly button? Holy shit.
Not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country.
You've done a lot of talking. Look at Zelensky. God, look at that, dude. That is the look of, oh my God. Like, ever since the invasion, like, my communication with America, it's been diplomatic. You know, I might not have gotten everything I was hoping for, but we had a civilized conversation. And look at him now. He's just like, oh my God, the future of my people rests in the hands of this fucking asshole. No, it doesn't completely rest that way. Like, look, it'll be a mistake and unfortunate if America just bails on Zelensky here. But the rest of Europe is going to unite behind him. And you know what that means? That means the rest of Europe is going to now be against us. So, great victory, Trump. Great victory. Again, I'm just waiting for the inevitable day that I'm told that my passport is no longer valid. Because we don't want you here, you fucking American. I'm just waiting for that day. This is another giant leap toward that day today. Why would anyone else want to, you know, house an American? I wouldn't blame Thailand for a second if they told me I had to leave tomorrow. I would be miserable. It would break my heart. It would ruin my fucking life, but I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. All I could do is hopefully have a minute to say in my best Thai language that I left America because of this man. I sought refuge in your wonderful country because of this man. And all I want to do is just stay here where I feel at peace and some amount of protection and serenity that I can't find living over there. I don't want to go back, please. I don't think they'll give me that opportunity to explain all that. But that's what happens. You know, it starts a cycle of just everybody becoming xenophobic and isolated and overly protective and extremely judgmental. It's just, ugh. I don't know. But look at Zelensky, man. Holy shit. All right.
Is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you...
So here's Zelensky trying to say how he has said thanks, and the exact thing that J.D. Vance wanted to extract from him, he is now trying to explain, and Trump is just barreling over him. Canada stands with Ukraine. Anyone who stands with Trumpty Dumpty and the Maybelline, Mr. Maybelline, are masochists. It's a MAGA cult, and they're using you for what little bit of coin they can get out. Yeah, I don't know how much money's left to extract, Denise. Every moron has bought all the stupid merch. They bought his stupid meme coin. They keep throwing money at the dude. I don't know what they've got left. You know? That's why they're coming after Social Security next. That's where the real money is.
I said, stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from
2 weeks. Maximum 2 weeks. Thank you. I play good music and I have an acerbic wit that appreciate it, Denise.
Putin in 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
When has it ever been easy to do business with you, Donald?
Thank you.
I said
Oh, and thanks. And Vance is going right back. Vance, I don't think you've ever said thank you. Zelensky starts to say how he has said thanks. Trump talks over him. And now that Trump is done speaking, Vance goes back to the whole point about how Zelensky hasn't said thanks. Which means neither of these guys are listening to what Zelensky's saying, except to wait for trigger words to then counterattack him with. It's just so gross that they put him in this spot with a clear agenda. It's so like, look, your constituency will act like, oh no, this is all just an organic. No. If you have any realistic bone in your body, if you're living in reality, even partially, you can see with pinpoint clarity how staged this was to basically put Zelensky in a dunk tank. And I'm telling you, the only people who got dunked are the two bullies that tried to do the dunking. It's so fucking cringe. Oh, but we're almost through.
Putin in 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course,
It's
yes.
going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media.
You staged this. I mean, this is gaslighting on a fucking nuclear level. This is nuclear gaslighting.
When you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I understand, sir. Again, let me just completely do a 180. You know, we shouldn't be having this kind of discussion in front of the press. You know, it's not professional. It's dishonorable. And then Trump's like, well, I think it's good that the people see how it plays out. Well, of course, sir. Of course, sir. Yes, yes, of course. It's so gross.
Litigate those disagreements.
I mean, right now, Trump's ass should be just hanging out of his pants and his face should be firmly planted in the crack.
Rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand.
I understand. I understand. I don't understand what this foreign guy is saying over here. But that thing you're saying that just contradicts what I was just saying because I was trying to help you and now you're contradicting me, I understand. Fucking just phonies.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long.
That's why I kept this going so long. He even says at the end, this will make good TV. This will make good TV.
You have to be thankful. You don't have to.
You have to be thankful. Here we go again. Here we go again. It's so humiliating and degrading. To like, you might as well hold a rolled up newspaper and just smack him in the head with it. And point at the pile of shit in the corner and go, you did that.
The cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low.
Your people are dying. I swear I would have slapped him in the fucking face right then. I don't know how Zelensky even holds it together. I don't know how he even holds it together. How he is able to defend himself, not kiss his ass, while also not fucking throwing a haymaker. I don't know how he's doing it. I mean, I'm a peaceful guy. I really am. I'm not a violent guy. I'm just not. I break up fights. I don't start fights. I'll have a verbal argument. I'll do that all day, but, you know. But I swear, man.
Low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look.
I want to go and I want to do this. Do what? God, you always just trail off into this ambiguous fucking vortex of nothing. I don't want to ceasefire. I don't want to ceasefire. I want to do this. I want to trail off into nothing.
Running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look.
You want to go in what? You want to go in what? I don't want to ceasefire. I want to go what? Do you even know?
If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you'd take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war, but
This is what Trump wants. Trump wants Zelensky to go, ceasefire, war is over, and whatever Russia took, I guess, is theirs now. And then Trump gets to claim, I ended the war. I did it. I ended the war. And now he's frustrated because it's like he can't just wave a magic wand and get credit for ending a fucking war. Well, here's a way to help. Get off Team Putin. Stop riding his dick.
You're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
All right, this is where Trump absolutely loses it. This is where he goes into like Chat GPT mode. He just starts like rattling off triggering buzzwords that get Trump supporters all in a huff. Hillary Clinton, Hunter Biden, Russia. And he wants to he just thinks by just throwing all these words into a fucking salad bowl that it's making a big point for him, when really it just proves that for years it's just always been about the messaging and not about the actual fucking substance of any message. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying in this part. Watch this.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump.
And Hamas got condoms. I tell you what, folks. We give out sheets. We give out condoms. We're like a brothel. Oh, hold on. I just got a spicy pepper stuck in my throat. This is what a lot of stupid people would refer to as karma. I'll be all right.
Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful.
More thankful. Say thanks again. More thanks. You're attacking us right now and not saying thanks.
Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
What a fucking asshole. Guess what, asshole? I guess I don't have any cards because I fucking left a decade ago because of you. I'd rather not have any cards than to have your cards, you fucking asshole. Do you get that? Do you get that?
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
Talk to us more about attitude adjustment, please. Please, beacon of a level-headed attitude, even-keeled attitude, please. Please teach us.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks this?
I gotta blow my nose.
I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
Well, what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay?
That's the President of the United States, folks. Well, there's some concern about what if a bomb dropped on your head? Okay? What about this? What about that? Unfucking believable. Look at this. Look. What are you doing with your hands? It's like they have an imaginary child on their laps.
What if anything?
By the way, these are Marco Rubio's hands right here. If this dude had a fucking microdot of spinal fluid left in him, he'll be resigning in the next 24 hours.
What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you.
Yeah, can't you see it? Can't you see the look of respect? They only respect me. Again, it's just how small-dicked, how, like, weak can you fucking project yourself to be?
Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they
here we go.
Used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam.
Huh?
And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom.
That's right, folks. This whole Ukrainian war, it all came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. Damn it, Hunter Biden. Anybody want to offer some analysis on this?
It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom.
Oh, I'm sorry, the bedroom. What's next? The den?
It was disgusting. And then
It was disgusting. What was disgusting? I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia.
Can we get back to the war in Ukraine, or?
The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have
This is all he can say.
broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. but he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
Tough guy. I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
What the fuck are you on, dude?
And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people.
Then I won't be a tough guy. Then I won't be a fucking... Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so ashamed. Man, if you're not an American, I don't blame you for fucking taking a giant piss on us right now. Like, go ahead, whip it out, take a leak. Because America voted for this shit. What can I say? I'm just as fed up with most of my fellow Americans as anybody else, anywhere else.
People are very brave, but you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
Either you make a deal or we're out. That doesn't sound like a deal. It sounds more like take a deal. Either you take the deal or we're out. Not make a deal, take a deal. Slight difference.
I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out.
I don't think it's going to be pretty. You see, I know that you need our weaponry and our military help in order to defeat Russia. So I'm going to guilt trip you into accepting whatever terms I give, because if you don't, you'll never win without our help. And I'm using that against you in your weakest moment.
Again, this is not anything new for America, but Trump's the first person to actually sit here and tell you straight to your face that that's exactly what we do. So again, credit for that, sir. Credit for that. Where you get a...
Oh boy, is this great!
That's well done.
But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not...
Thankful. Back to thankful. It is so weird how they like made a conscious decision to harp on that concept.
We're gonna just completely just drown him in accusations of not being thankful in front of the world. That way he'll just beg. He'll be like, no, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'd be so lost without your help, sir. Thank you.
I guess that's what they wanted. Because see, in Trump's mind, the way the human brain works is that you sell out immediately if it's like, you know, financially advantageous, if even only for a moment. Sell yourself out. You can't do it fast enough.
Not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that.
And by the way, you know, as you've probably been reading up on or hearing, you know, your typical press pool in the White House, whether it's in the press conference room here, Air Force One even, you know, you've always got a press pool. Well, Trump has been weeding out, you know, anybody that's actually trying to report the truth and replacing them with, you know, your fucking Now News or whatever, Newsmax, whatever the fuck these awful channel 238 on your satellite package news stations are. So it's not just the propaganda coming out of the White House. It's now reporters who are planted in there to sort of give propaganda questions. and to not really challenge anything going on. And so one of these people in this Zelensky meeting, one of the people of the press, I don't know who he was with, but he just asked Zelensky, so, why aren't you wearing a suit? Which is incredible. It's incredible that apparently the memory of these morons doesn't last longer than a week. Because I think it was about a week ago that standing next to the Resolute desk, just a few feet away, in another press conference that was broadcast globally, Elon Musk was there, not wearing a suit. In fact, I'd say he was dressed a lot more down than Zelensky is here. He had on a t-shirt and a baseball cap. And he also had his 4-year-old who was picking his nose, eating his boogers, and wiping which ones he wasn't eating on the Resolute desk while telling Trump he needs to shut up. Now, in that moment, Trump didn't have anything to say. He didn't get all in a huff. He didn't tell people to be more thankful. He didn't threaten anything. No, you know why? Because Elon Musk fucking bought this asshole the election. I tell you what, Donald, I'm willing to give like billions and billions of dollars, but you're going to have to let me just do what I want to do and not question anything, and I'll just keep giving you more money, okay? You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Okay, Elon. Just don't upstage me. What a fucking shit show. So yeah, Zelensky replied in a very clever way, which is like, I'll put my costume on after the war is over. You know, like, yeah, I'll wear a suit. Let me handle trying to end the war of my people. Are you serious, Denise? No way. No fucking way. The guy who asked the suit question is Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend. How the hell is he fucking her? Of course. Of course. And the way it was asked, it was so snarky. It's so fucking snarky. Let me see if I can find it. It was from another angle. I only saw it on social media. Yeah, here it is. Listen to this shit right here.
My second question for President Zelensky. Do you ever? Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
You have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting.
I don't have
the
such.
office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe
more thankful. He didn't.
Check. Now, you don't want to hear this. Check. Now, you don't want to hear this. Check. Now, you don't want to hear this. Check. What the? What in God's name is going on now? What the fuck is going on now? What the fuck is going on now? What now? What now, man? What now? I've got a game to call in about 14 hours, man. What now? You can hear it. You don't want to hear this. This is horrible. How's it sound right now? How's it sound right now? That's horrible. How's it sound right now? That's horrible. How's it sound right now? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not better. It's not. It's really bad. Yeah, it's, this is not acceptable. This is not gonna work. If I went on the air tonight doing a baseball game with this fucking sound, it would drive people away. Fucking sound, it would drive people away. Oh my God, what the fuck happened? All right, I'm gonna try the audio, okay. Fuck! God damn it, man. Why? Why is this happening? It's an XLR input. Like, fuck. Let me try something else. Let me go over here. Mike. Audio input capture, but then why the... I'm afraid to do it over here. I'm afraid to do it over here. Check. What did you warn me about? Check. Fuck. If I go to default, what happens? I just hit default. What does this sound like? Default. What does this sound like? Sounds like shit. I have no idea what you're talking about, Maria. It's all sounding quite vague. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. I mean, why is it even why is it even picking up anything? I'd rather it just not work. Ah, shit. Well, now I'm sweating balls. I mean, I can try unplugging it and plugging it back in. All I can do is wait for the intervention. What? I don't know what to do, because number one thing is I gotta figure out this audio problem. Let me just unplug the microphone. I'm just gonna unplug it. It's been unplugged. It's been unplugged. Well, if it's unplugged, then why is it picking up? So that audio is not from here. It's not from here. It's like... get stoned and eat Chinese food sounds like a good idea. I'm checking myself. I'm checking myself. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Alright, I'm gonna restart the stream and see what happens. I'm gonna just shut it all down and start it back up and start from there, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the past hour and 45 minutes. First hour and a half had some stuff happening. Not so much the last 15 minutes, but I gotta figure some shit out. So I might be on in a couple minutes. Might not, I don't know. Till then, see you later.